Welcome to Cory's Stories. Are you ready to meditate with Cory? Are you ready to meditate with Cory? Lay down in your bed and get super comfortable. Make sure that everything is just right in your room. The lights are just right. You're wearing your comfortable pajamas. And you're able to relax your body and let go of your busy, busy day. Tucker and Leo, Heidi, Cherry, Vaya, Poe, and D'Angelo had all been invited to Sasha's party. Sasha was in town. She was visiting from Mexico, and she'd let everyone know the week before that she was going to have a birthday party. But, if possible, she wanted to be human. She wanted this particular birthday to be the best birthday that she'd ever had. And if it was okay with Tucker, could he make sure that he made a wish on Saturday, the 14th of August, that she could be human along with all of the rest of them? Tucker said,
"Oh my goodness, of course, Sasha, of course. I would love that. I would love to go to a birthday party. I would love it. I would love it. I would love it. And I would love to go to your birthday party. And I'm sure Leo will love to be at your birthday party. It will be so much fun."
That's what Tucker had said. Leo was nervous all week. It came to Saturday, the 14th of August. Heidi, Cherry, Vaya, and Poe and D'Angelo, Mr. Kitty, had come over to Tucker's house. They were all hanging out in the kitchen. The sun had gone down. It was a nighttime birthday party. The moon had come up. Tucker went outside to the Buddha statue, dug frantically to find his stone. He knew exactly where it would be. He brought it into the house. Everyone stood around him in a half-moon circle, watching as Tucker held his stone up to the moonlight, coming in through the French doors. The light from the moon started to shine through his magical stone. The white, opaque stone got super bright, as if it was the moon itself. The stone was perfectly round, and it looked just like Tucker was holding up the moon to the moon, except for the golden veins running through it. The golden veins lit up, bright as sunlight, shining, beaming through the stone. It was exceptionally bright this time, brighter than the other times. That's what Tucker thought anyway. His angel appeared in the stone. She was moving her wings gracefully as ever, backwards and forwards, hovering there in the sky, peering down at Tucker's sweet face. "You get one wish. Just one wish," she said. Tucker peered up to his angel.
"Oh, my angel, my beautiful angel. Sasha has a birthday party tonight, and we would like to all be human for her birthday party for the firstest timest ever."
Just like that, within a couple of seconds, Tucker was standing, holding the stone in his human body. He was wearing black baggy jeans and a black t-shirt. He turned around and looked at everyone else. Leo was wearing a white button-down shirt. and a pair of canvas slacks. They were light blue, and he looked very fancy and posh, like he was going to a ball or something. Well, not that fancy, but he looked really dressed up. Casually dressed up, casual smart, you could say. Leo felt quite cool in his white shirt. He'd not worn a button-down shirt before. The type that you would have to iron. He'd only ever worn t-shirts or sweatshirts. He felt quite fancy himself. D'Angelo and Poe were both just wearing a button-down t-shirt. The ones with the collars on, like a polo shirt. Poe's was bright white, and D'Angelo's was grey, with a stripe around the collar. Heidi was wearing a grey dress, and Vaya was wearing a lilac dress that had sparkles all over it, and when she moved, it swished from side to side. She had purple high heels. Well, they were medium height heels, the type that you could probably still do like a tap dance in or something. They weren't very pointed and high-heeled. They were like a medium, I can still dance and have fun kind of heel. She looked so cute. She also had a purple bow in her hair. Cherry was wearing a black dress. She felt very old and sophisticated. It was fitted at the top and then it flared out at the bottom. She felt really, really pretty in it. She was spinning around, not paying attention to anybody else at this point. Leo said, "Are we ready? Are we ready to go next door? I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready to see Sasha. I'm ready to go to a birthday party. I'm ready to have the bestest night ever." All of them cheered and agreed. "Yeah, let's go," they all said. Luckily, they didn't have to go very far because when Sasha was in town from Mexico, she basically visited next door to Leo and Tucker's house. So they only had to go round the garden and across her garden. They knocked on her front door. Sasha opened the door. She had a pale blue dress on that was sparkly and spinny, just like Vaya's. Vaya said, "Oh my, your dress is like mine." Sasha said, "Oh yes." She looked down at herself. "It's the same style and everything. I wonder if our mums got it from the same place. We're twins." Vaya ran up to Sasha and gave her a big hug. They both spun around in circles to see what their dress did when they span around, and it flew out like a big, big circle of material. Both of them giggled at the same time. Leo blushed. Sasha looked so beautiful. He'd not seen her look that dressed up and that fancy before. Then, the first thing he noticed was the noise. There was so much noise coming from inside of the house. And Leo instantly got nervous. "How many people's at this party?" he said. Sasha said, "Oh, just my family, and some cousins, and some friends. Yeah, not that many people." When Leo, Cherry, Tucker, Vaya, D'Angelo, Poe, and Heidi walked into the main room in the living room that was right next to the door, they couldn't believe their eyes. The space was absolutely packed full of people. Kids of all different ages, teenagers, people in their early 20s, people in their 80s. It was packed full. The kitchen was packed. The dining room was packed. Luckily, it was a lovely evening, and the back door was open, and loads and loads and loads of people were on the back garden. Everyone was talking, drinking, eating, socializing, laughing. The music was super loud. They were playing Mexican music. and it sounded so fun. Cherry started moving as if she was dancing already. I love this music. It's so cool. Tucker started boogieing along with her. Yeah, it's awesome. Sasha just laughed at them. That's not how you dance to this music, she said. Sasha started moving as if she was salsa dancing. She looked so amazing. Her feet were going super fast and her hips were swaying all over the place. That's how you dance to this music, she said. Watch this. She walked over to an old gentleman. He had grey hair and a big, really big, bushy grey moustache. He smiled at her instantly. She called him Grandad. She held her arms out, and he started to dance with her just like she was dancing, as if they're doing a salsa dance together. The dancing was so awesome. Leo was jealous. I wish I could dance like that, he said to Cherry. Cherry said, Don't worry, Leo. You'll be able to. I bet you any money. It's probably just practice. I think you have to just let your hips move. Like she was wiggling all over as if she was trying to let her hips go like spaghetti, moving her legs around, trying to be all flexible and sway and dancing to the beat. It was quite difficult to dance like a salsa dance. I think you just have to practice a lot. Tucker looked hilarious. He was too stiff. I can't do it, he said. He was moving as if he was like a robot, trying to soften his hips and bend his hips around and let his hips sway to the music. But his hips were so stiff. Cherry just laughed at him. You look so funny. Poe said to Heidi, This is very normal, for a Mexican gathering. There's lots and lots and lots of family, lots of cousins, lots of friends, lots of cousins, lots of uncles, lots of aunties. They all love family. The Mexican culture is really into family. Family is very important for them. Heidi said, Yes, I see that. That's really, really cool. We don't have that much of a big family, so this is really nice. But it's overwhelming, don't you think? Poe smiled at her and said, No, not really. I kind of like it. I like the fact that there's so much family involved in everything that you do. So many cousins, so many friends, so many uncles, so many aunties. You never ever feel lonely. Think about it. You've always got family to talk to, or friends to go to, or cousins to visit, or cousins to hang out with. It's just like they always have each other. It's really nice. Heidi said, Yeah, I suppose if you look at it like that, that's true. D'Angelo asked Vaya if she wanted to try and dance, and Vaya blushed and said, Oh no, I don't think I can dance like this. D'Angelo, Mr. Kitty, said, Well, we can try. He started moving as if he knew exactly what to do. Mr. Kitty, of course, knew how to salsa dance. He started swaying. He grabbed hold of Vaya and spun her around, and she spun in a circle and her dress flew out like a big blown-up umbrella. She liked that a lot. She felt like a princess. And Mr. Kitty, D'Angelo, knew that Vaya loved to feel like a princess. So whatever he could do to make her feel like a princess, he was going to do, because he liked Vaya so much. Sasha's mum came over and said that they were going to start to play games soon. Tucker said, Games? He said it in a way as if he was too cool for games. Cherry said, They must play games. They must do games at their parties. Sasha heard them talking about it. She said, Yeah, follow me. You'll love it. It's so much fun. Sasha walked everyone out onto the back garden. It was a lovely warm evening. There was a nice breeze blowing in the air. The music was playing. All of her family were chatty and loud, laughing, talking, eating, socializing, doing everything together. It just felt like a really, really buzzy, energetic place. It was alive and full of happy people. and they all loved each other and knew each other, and it was a really nice feeling. In the middle of the garden, there was about 20 chairs back to back, 10 on one side and 10 on the other, all back to back. Sasha said that they were going to play musical chairs. Has anybody played before? No one had played musical chairs. No one had a clue what she was talking about. Sasha explained to everyone, while she was stood next to Leo, exactly what musical chairs is. When the music plays, you walk around in a circle. We all have to walk around in a circle, around the chairs. And then when the music stops, you have to find a chair really quick. Now the thing is, there's that many people that play that there isn't enough chairs for everyone. So the game is all about getting a chair, because if you don't get your tush on a chair in time, then you're out of the game. And if you win the game, you get a prize. You get a present. Mum bought so many presents. You're gonna want to win. Trust me. There was about 25 of Sasha's cousins that also joined in the game. Kids of all different ages. Sasha's mum announced that the game was going to start, and everyone had to get ready. She was going to play the music. When the music started, you best run for a chair. Cherry was like, OMG, this is so cool. I've never played this game before. It's so cool. Tucker said, I'm going to get that chair right there. Cherry said, oh yeah, you bet. Well, watch out, because I'm going to get it. Vaya was stood next to D'Angelo. They were both looking at each other as if to say, this is cool, but it's also a bit scary. All of the cousins and Sasha's friends looked super focused, like they were going to kill someone to get a chair or something. It was funny. Sasha's mum started playing the music, and then all of a sudden the music stopped, and everyone ran at a chair. Of course, there was about 6 of them that didn't have a chair. Everyone laughed and said, "Aw, aw." But they all took it in good stride. They were all just having fun. The people that were already out of the game stood around, clapping, encouraging, and the music started again. They were dancing to the music. Everyone was loud. Everyone was like, "Ooh, go for it, go for it, go for it," getting super, super excited. And then the music stopped just like that. Silence, and everyone ran at a chair. Now the thing is, as the music starts, one of the uncles took away a chair every time. And then once the music stopped, there was less chairs to get on, less chairs to find, to stay in the game. The music kept playing, the game kept going on, and every time the music stopped, someone else didn't get to sit down. It got down to less and less and less people. At this point, Poe was out, Heidi was out, D'Angelo was out, Vaya was still playing, Cherry and Tucker, Leo and Sasha, and a couple of Sasha's cousins were still playing. The game kept going. It was getting more and more tense, more and more exciting. Cherry was losing it. OMG, this is so much fun, this is so much fun. I'm going to win. I know I'm going to win. I know I'm going to win. Tucker was like, no, you're not. I'm going to win. They were basically just in competition with each other. Leo and Sasha were super cool about the whole thing. Sasha was laughing the whole time. Leo was just having the best time ever. It was awesome. Vaya loved it. She kept squealing every time she got a chair. Oh, this is so much fun. Who would have thought a simple game, musical chairs, would have been so much fun? Especially Tucker thinking he was too cool for school to play musical chairs. Just shows you. All of Sasha's family was getting louder and louder and louder, and everyone was getting more and more excited the less chairs they got. It got down to one chair, the last chair. Sasha and Cherry were the last 2 players. Cherry was practically screaming as she was walking around the chair while the music was playing. that one final chair. Her nerves were totally shot. She was like so excited, so excited. She was so determined to win. Sasha, on the other hand, had played this game many, many times, and she was being super cool about the whole thing, just smiling like the birthday girl that she was. The music stopped. Sasha did a really, really quick spin and sat down on the chair. The whole house exploded. It was Sasha's birthday, and Sasha won. Cherry was like, "Ah!" But then she said, "Good job, Sasha. I love this game. It's so much fun." After everyone had kind of calmed down, after the game had finished, the crowd of family filled the back garden back up, and it was like the game never happened at all. Everyone was chatting, talking, laughing, doing their thing. It was time to eat, and after they ate, they were going to do the cake. There was so much food, and almost all of the food was different types of Mexican food. There was burritos, there was quesadillas, there were enchiladas, there was guacamole, there was salsa, there was chips, there was dips, there were fajitas, there were beef, there was chicken, there was rice, there was beans, so many different types of beans. There was 3 different types of beans. There were refried beans, there was black beans, there was pinto beans, there was vegan food, there was not vegan food. It was like, you name it, every single type of Mexican food. There was so much food. It was unbelievable. It was so good. And, oh gosh, the homemade tortillas. The tortillas were made by Sasha's grandma, and they were the best tortillas that anyone had ever had. Just eating tortilla on its own with a bit of butter was like the best thing in the world. They all had so much fun at Sasha's birthday party. They were so glad that they were human. They were so glad that they could appreciate all the fun, the games, the family, the food. Sasha's cake was absolutely unbelievable. It was like fresh cream and fruit and flan and everything good all mixed together. It was the best. They had a really awesome time. The night just kept going and going and going and going. It was like people didn't want to go home. It got so late. Cherry, Heidi, and Vaya had to leave. They had to go home. D'Angelo and Poe had to leave. Everyone had to leave. They had the bestest time with Sasha and Sasha's family. But Sasha's family could party. Oh my gosh, could they party? It was like 3 o'clock in the morning and the party was still going and people weren't tired at all. Apparently, that's another very normal thing for Mexican families. They can just go and go and go and go and go and have so much fun. When Leo and Tucker climbed into bed, Leo was buzzing. He said he had the best night of his life, and Sasha looked exceptionally pretty, which made it even better. He had so much fun with Sasha. He hoped that they would stay and she wouldn't be going home too soon. That was his hope. Tucker said,
"Oh gosh, it was so much fun. But then when Cherry beat me at those musical chairs, I was gonna kick her. I was like, Cherry, I'm gonna. But then I was like, no, 'cause she's so cute. But anyway, yeah. So, anyway, yeah."
And that was the end of that. Tucker and Leo snuggled down on their comfortable dog bed together. And it didn't take too long at all before they were fast asleep. The end.